I find as much in the commentary sometimes as I do in the gospel message itself, because it's just so scriptural and so faith-filled and so edifying. Hello and welcome to Kept in Her Heart, where we talk about all things faith-related. I'm your host, Jenni. Today's resource review is going to cover one of my very, 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 very favorite things, is the Navarre Bible Gospels and Acts. It is the first Bible that I received when I went through RCIA as an adult, when I became Catholic as an adult. And I absolutely love this Bible, and I recommend it for everybody. So what is special about this? The Navarre Bibles are a series put together by the University of Navarre, and what makes them special is the amount of commentary that they have. So hopefully you can see this, but basically they have the scripture across the top, and then there is a line, and then below that is the commentary. And so they have an extremely helpful, they have an extremely helpful amount of commentary for each of the Bible verses. And I find this so helpful, especially when I was new to the faith and really trying to dive into the scriptures and coming across some of those more confusing passages and just, wondering, what does all of this mean? They have some super helpful commentaries, and the commentaries are by trustworthy sources. So they have quotes and homilies from the saints. They have quotes from church councils. They have quotes from the catechism. They have different reflections. It's really helpful. To show you another section that can show you just the depth of the commentary, this is John 6. And if you can see here at the top, there's like 3 lines of scripture, and then the whole rest of the page is commentary, because this scripture section is so dense, so wonderful, so reflective, that there's just that much that can be said about it to really help you dive more deeply into that scripture and really understand it at a deeper level. So I find that so helpful. They also have in their Navarre Bibles these introductions that are helpful. So here's in this particular one, so this is just the Gospel and the Acts. So it's got the 4 books, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and then the Acts of the Apostles. So there's 5 total books in that one, in this, and that's it. And look how thick it is. I mean, it's that thick with just 5 books of the Bible in it. Now, granted, probably the most important books in the Bible, but that's why there's so much commentary on it. So they've got introductions that tell you about the Bible itself. Then they have introductions to each of the sections. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and Acts each get their own introduction as well. They've got lots of cross references. So each time there's a passage, if that passage is also noted in a different section of the Bible, they've got it noted on the side here, so you can look up similar passages in multiple different sections. For example, the ancestry of Jesus in the book of Matthew can also be found in Luke 3:23 through 38. So I can look up the infancy narratives or the ancestry in both of those places. When they're referencing Abraham and Isaac, they're giving me quotes from Genesis. When they're talking about other relatives, they're mentioned in 1 Chronicles or Ruth or other parts of the Old Testament, 2 Samuel. I can go back and look those up because it's got it right here, super handy. And I love this so much. I often find that when I'm doing my prayer time, and I use this almost all of the time when I do my prayer time, I find that I get as much out of the commentary as far as God's voice speaking to me, hearing what he has in mind for me in a particular situation. Not literally, I'm not literally hearing him, but knowing in my heart he's speaking this to me. I find as much in the commentary sometimes as I do in the gospel message itself, because it's just so scriptural and so faith-filled and so edifying. So I really, really recommend this. And then there are, besides the Navarre Gospels and Acts, there's actually a lot of different versions of the Navarre Bible. So you can get this sort of commentary in other editions as well. So there's a New Testament, so you can get the entire New Testament. That's an option for you. You can also get the individual Gospels, Acts. You can get them as separate books, and they have some additional commentary. So some of the commentary, like if I get this one, the Navarre Gospels and Acts, and I also have the Navarre New Testament, some of the commentary will overlap on the same passages, but a lot of it will be different. And so you can own both versions and still be getting new insights into that section of the Bible. Like I said, they have the different Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts as their own books as well. And then they have, I'm just looking at the inside leaflet here, they've got Romans and Galatians as a set, the captivity letters of Paul. They've got Corinthians, then they've got Thessalonians and the pastoral letters, Hebrews. Anyway, tons of options, and they've got different sections in the Old Testament as well. So if you're looking to learn more about the Bible and dive into it and understand it a little bit better, get something with a good commentary. And the Navarre Bibles, I find, have the best commentary around to really, not from a PhD kind of insight, but for the everyday man, just getting into the Word and understanding it and reflecting on it and being edified in a deeper way. I think the Navarre Bibles do the best job. So recommend it, love them, 5 stars, get yourself one. Thanks for watching.